So I'm just doing this to make a timestamp of it. Uh, Yesterday, I took three tramadols. I took one in the morning, one in the afternoon, one at night, and I managed a conversation with the doctor, Dr. Brown, for, I mean, it must have been over 30 minutes long for sure, maybe even close to an hour, but I managed that situation perfectly with him, and it was all about me being in mom mode, and it was all about my mom, and my mom ended up going to the ER to get fluids and stuff like that, which that's what you want to do in her situation to top your fluids up and then to be able to maintain that. But that's going to be the hardest part for her, is to be able to maintain it, because she's very, picky about what she drinks and what she eats. It's like one of those situations where I wish I was in her body, because, I would be able to handle that better than her. And I don't want to see her going through that. And at the same time, it's hard for me to reach. I'm also on tramadol right now, but it's also at the same time hard for me to reach her, because she has her own way of doing things regarding foods and stuff like that. Like, we're not the same people. But so she ended up going to the ER. We had the game plan to maintain that balance of hers. And when she came back from the ER, even Dr. Brown said, he was complimenting me and stuff like that, this and that, saying, I don't know, something along the lines like, like internally, like, I'm a good person, I'm calm, I'm relaxed, and this and that. Um, but also another thing I want to timestamp. Uh, uh, oh, and then also last night, as soon as my mom went to the ER, I ended up I rushed her room ASAP. I grabbed all her sheets, all her blankets. I vacuumed the whole living room and everything. Tramadol helped me do that for sure. Because if I didn't have the tramadol, it would have been too rough on me. But I got her bedroom cleaned up. I got her sheets clean, her pillowcases clean. I washed her blankets. I still had two sheets to wash. It was getting late, and obviously I can't wash past like a certain time. So I had a blanket and a sheet pushed to the side, but I did change her sheets, changed her blanket, changed her pillowcases, cleaned up her mirror, and just organized everything in general to make her environment less stressful and cleaner for her. And I took care of all that. And then another thing I want to timestamp is that I just talked to Marla right now, from where I was. There's a TV stand in the way, and I had to use my arms and position myself where I'm on my right, leaning against the stand with my hand to stand up and talk to her. But as I'm standing up for that short period of time, I stood up for maybe like 3 minutes talking to her. Yes, I have the belt on supporting me because I need it, but my L405S1, like my lower back, it was giving out on me and causing so much pain where I couldn't even stand up anymore, and I had to cut the conversation short with her. But point of the story is that when I was talking to her, I told this is the part I want to timestamp also, is that I talked to Marla. I says, I have a Feld fusion. My fusion is popping and grinding so loud where you can hear it. Obviously, I'm not in control of Dr. Favorite hiding that dynamic image from my medical records. That's not on me. Like, it is what it is. I don't control other people's choices. But he told me specifically that night at the ER, May 5th, that pseudoarthrosis, the bones weren't connected. I talked to my mom at that point. Also, Zaria Gregory was there. She knows all about that whole situation and that dynamic scan. If she says otherwise, that's for sure a lie. But anyway, I told Marla that My fusion is grinding and popping so loud that you can hear it, and I have a failed fusion, and my back is bad. I told her my left hip is dislocating, going in and out of socket, and I told her that if she wanted, she can actually feel that too. And I told her my right ankle was grinding and popping, where it was doing it so loud where you can hear that also, and that, I needed a stair lift in order to get me up and down these stairs so I can actually go outside. I can walk the dog. I can, go to the store. I can do everything stress and pain free. But I'm in a situation now where, you know, I'm trying to, have endurance over, a one rep max sort of, like if I'm pushing myself with these stairs right here, then I'm fucking doomed. But if I can stay off these stairs and I could stay inside, I'll be able to have that endurance to be able to hang through where I can actually be here to help my mom out when she needs it. I slept with my mom last night. I slept with her in her bed. I got up, and she was having issues, and I felt that she wanted someone to talk to, and she wanted me there next to her. And then I hopped in bed right with her, and I slept with her. And then, obviously, we're right next to each other. She's up, I'm not up. For a period of time, we're just talking, and it was cool because we're actually communicating like that. So, like, you know, I can't, like, this is going to affect this. So, it's like, do I want the endurance, which I need the endurance because I got to be able to get through it, or do I want to keep doing this where I'm not going to be able to have the endurance? Like, I got to be able to last. So, anyway, this is a timestamp. Marla knows about my situation, and she said that she was going to talk to the manager and this and that. And I asked Marla, I'm like, can you give me your number? She says, she's looking up at me with her hands like this because the sun's beaming her in her eyes. And she says, no. So, I tried. I told her about my condition. I told her what's going on with me. I don't control, what other people, I don't control other people's hands where they write something in a medical report, but, or upload a video that shows the truth about my spine. But, yeah, this is time stamped. It's obviously on two cameras right here, but, okay, bye.